Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
In April of this year, a man in Ohio became the first person convicted under the federal Take It Down Act. He'd used AI to generate non-consensual intimate images of adults and children in his own neighborhood. But that conviction isn't even the most unsettling part of this story. In most of these cases, both the victims and the people creating the images are kids, 14, 15, 16 years old. If you've ever taken a photo of your child, posted it online, or even just let them have a phone with a camera, this story touches your life. And if you've ever had to prove that a piece of digital evidence is real in court, in an investigation, in an insurance claim, this story is about to change how you do your job. According to NPR, an estimated 90% of non-consensual deepfake victims are women and girls. Deepfakes aren't a fringe internet problem anymore. They're generating device seizures, forensic evidence chains, and criminal prosecutions, right now in American courtrooms. The federal law that made this possible, the Take It Down Act, exists because of a group of high school students in Aledo, Texas. Back in 2023, someone used AI to manipulate photos of students and posted them on Snapchat. Texas had laws covering deepfake videos, but nothing on the books for manipulated still images. And because the images were created off school property, administrators and police couldn't act. Those students had no legal recourse. Congress wrote a new law because the old ones had a gap you could drive a truck through. So what happens now that these cases are actually going to trial? That Ohio conviction didn't happen because someone flagged a post and a platform took it down. It happened because investigators followed a forensic trail. According to reporting on the case, the workflow included device seizure, FBI digital forensic support, and image hash matching against known child abuse repositories. That's the same kind of evidence chain you'd see in a traditional child exploitation case, except the images in question never depicted a real event. They were generated by software. And that distinction is exactly what makes these cases so difficult to investigate. For years, the default response to a deepfake was platform-era thinking. Report it. Take it down. Move on. That approach collapses the moment you're building a criminal case. A deepfake doesn't stop being evidence just because it's been removed from a website. It stays evidence. And that means someone has to prove defensibly under cross-examination whether an image is authentic or synthetic. One case that shows how tangled this gets didn't even involve images. An audio recording surfaced that was attributed to a high school principal. Forensic analysts traced the file, subpoenaed an email account from Google, and followed a recovery phone number back to the school's athletic director. That investigation required digital forensics, legal process, and old-fashioned detective work, all to figure out whether a single audio clip was real. Now multiply that by every deepfake circulating in a school, a workplace, or a courtroom. The legal system is struggling to keep up. According to the Illinois State Bar Association, courts face a specific timing problem. Judges can require advance notice when AI-generated evidence might come up. But if the issue surfaces for the first time during trial, if a witness suddenly challenges whether a photo is real, the judge has to apply complex rules of evidence on the fly. There's no pause button in a courtroom. For investigators and attorneys, that means the documentation chain from the moment an image is captured through every step of analysis has to be airtight before trial begins. For the rest of us, It means the next photo or video used as proof of anything. In a news story, a social media post, a custody dispute, carries a question mark it didn't carry 2 years ago. And the people most affected by that question mark are solo investigators and small firms. Large agencies can call in the FBI's digital forensics team. They have access to enterprise-grade tools and trained examiners. A private investigator working an insurance fraud case or a small-town detective handling a school harassment complaint doesn't have those resources. They're still comparing faces manually and hoping the work holds up if it ever reaches a courtroom. Most people assume that better deepfakes are the problem. The deeper problem runs in the opposite direction. As synthetic images get more convincing, jurors won't just doubt fakes. They'll start doubting real evidence too. Authentication doesn't just get harder for fabricated material, it gets harder for genuine material. Deepfakes have moved out of the internet moderation era and into the criminal justice system. Investigators now need forensic workflows that can survive a courtroom, not just a content review queue. And the tools to do that work defensively aren't reaching the people who need them most, the smaller teams handling these cases every day. Whether you're building a case or just trying to figure out if a photo your kid showed you is real, the same question applies. Can you prove what you're looking at? The written version goes deeper. Links below.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.